Hello everyone, this is I'm going to perform the lab 3.5.1. It is the lab within Packet Tracer with netacad for 199 that for whatever reason can't be scored higher than 50%. So it's a pretty simple lab. On the screen right now you're seeing the topology layout that exists when you open the lab right out of the gate. There is the instruction screen as well. It's got all the information steps, and it's got the table with the addressing and all that kind of stuff listed here. I'm going to move that over to my second screen so you'll be able to see the layout as I build it here. So we're going to start out step one. We're going to so in this step, you will add a PC, laptop, and cable modem to the workspace. All right, so I'm going to go down to my in devices area. I want to add a PC, a laptop, and a cable modem. So inside the cable modem, we've got, let's see the boxes we need. WAN emulation, okay, and then under there is cable modem. All right, we got everything that it asked added to this page. Now it wants us to change the display names of the devices. So change the display name, click the device on the logical workspace, click the config tab. All right, and then it wants us to change the name. So it wants to change its name. Click the config tab. All right, so we did that, and then we're going to the name based on the display name on the table. So that's actually listed right here what the names need to be. So we'll make that change. So PC 0 simply becomes PC. So we got that. Laptop 0 becomes laptop. Doesn't give us a anything to change the cable modem to, but I like the idea of that also just being cable modem. Not sure that matters. All right, and you can see as we're completing this, our completion metric here is right now just doing those things, adding the devices and renaming them, and we've gotten to 25% completion on this particular lab. All right, that's step one and step two. So step three of part one, let's see, add the physical cabling to the devices. All right, so the PC will need a copper straight through cable to connect to the wireless router. All right, so we've got the PC. I'll just put it up here. We're going to go to the connections area, and the straight through copper cable is this black line here. I'm going to click that. I'm going to click here. It's got one fast Ethernet interface. And then I'm going to go to the wireless router, and it wants us, it actually tells us that it needs to be connected to gigabit Ethernet 1. So I click there. So there we go. Following the instructions. Part 1, step 3B. The wireless router will need a copper crossover cable to connect to the cable modem. All right, so we're going to find our copper crossover cable here, which is this dotted black line. I'm going to click there, click on the wireless router. It's got an Ethernet port, and the cable modem has got one Ethernet port. I'm going to choose that. The instructions actually had that identified as the internet interface and then port 1 on the cable modem. So there we go, we did it correctly. There we go. So part 1, step 3C. Cable modem will need a coaxial cable to connect to the internet cloud. All right, there's the internet cloud right there. Select the coaxial cable in the device selection box and attach it to the port 0. So I'm going to find the coaxial cable, which when it's the blue jagged line here. I'm going to click the cable modem. I've got one port. click the internet, and I've got a coaxial 7 port, which is where the instructions tell us to put it. All right, so everything is physically connected as per the instructions so far. All right, so that completes part 1, all steps, all parts. So we get down to part 2. You can see here on the instructions, we're in part 2 now. So we're going to configure the PC. Configure the PC. You will configure the PC for the wired network in this step. All right, so click the PC in the desktop tab. All right, so we're going to click the PC. All right, we're going to go to desktop tab, navigate to IP configuration. We're going to verify that DHCP verify DHCP is enabled and the PC has received an address. All right, so we're going to click there. It's going to request an address and it's going to receive one. All right, so we did, and it's supposed to, and we want to make sure it gets one in the 192.168.0x range, and it did 192.168.0.100. Right, so done with that. All right. Now it asks us to go to the command prompt in the desktop, so we're going to go here. The PC has received an IP address by issuing the IP config all. There it is, and there's our address. To their DHCP server, everything that it asked, we verified it, just so we understand how it works. Test connectivity to the Cisco.pka server from the PC. From the command prompt, issue the command ping Cisco.pka. All right, so we're going to go ping Cisco.pka. What happens when we do that? It takes a second. It says it may take a few seconds for the ping to return. 4 replies should be received. So we're waiting, and we're waiting. It did take a little bit to get going, but when it did get 4 replies as per the instructions. So far, we're right on track. We are completed all of part 1, and we completed part 2, step 1. All right, now we got part 2, step 2 to do. You guys can see that here, part 2, step 2. At this point, we still have only completed 25% of the assignment. Right, so considering we've done so many parts, probably at this point you're getting a little bit worried, right? What's going on? Where's our other 75%? All right, so we're going to configure the laptop. In this step, you'll configure the laptop to the wireless access network. All right, so we're going to go ahead and close the PC here. We're going to open the laptop up, right, and ask us to in the physical tab, so we're going to click physical tab. It wants us to power off the laptop. Powered it off, so the little green light went out. Remove the currently installed Ethernet copper module by clicking the module. All right, we're going to click the module. So where is this? Modules on the side. We're going to click this, get rid of it, and we're going to install the wireless module. And then we're going to power on the laptop. So we've taken the wireless module installed and powered on the laptop, so we've got the green light again. With the wireless module installed, connect the laptop to the wireless network, so it wants us to go to desktop PC wireless. Desktop PC wireless. All right, this thing is running. You can see it here. It's trying to find what's going on. We're going to connect to refresh. It does find select the connect tab. All right, so we did that. the wireless home network is home network, should be visible, and it is. All right, so we click it, and then we're going to click connect. See our wireless device connected there. Close the PC wireless, select the browser on the desktop tab. So we're going to close this. Select the web browser. And we're going to try to connect to the Cisco PKA. Bam, there we go. Connected. All right, so we want you to see now our completion is 50%, but we've gotten to the end of the instructions and there wasn't anything else that we can do to make that any better. All right, so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to run this check results. All right, and it'll tell us that the activity is incomplete. Please try again. We go here. And the problem it has is with the incorrect subnet mask, which doesn't make any sense because we didn't assign the subnet mask. Subnet mask was assigned by the DHCP server. So further troubleshooting at this point would really be kind of a waste of time because we followed the instructions to the letter and it just didn't work out. I don't think there's any reason to spend more time on this. But that is the lab. So when you get done, you should have a network that looks like this with everything connected. And we have verified that the PC can connect to Cisco PKA, and so can the laptop. That's all there is for this video. I will. So anybody that submits this with a 50%, we'll consider that 100%, and we'll just move forward. No worries. Thanks for watching the video, and we'll see you another time.